We are back, ready to hit another week of January 2025. We've got an exciting week. We are at our annual company conference. We're delving into the team, chatting, looking at 2024 in review and looking ahead at our vision for the company. We've got loads of internal meetings with the senior team around operations, how we're going to scale and achieve our goals this year. We're checking in with the warehouse team, see what improvements we're making with our stock management and our product lines. And then we're heading out on the road to London and to Coventry for some meetings and an exhibition. It's going to be a jam-packed week. Let's go. So the Totally Branded 2025 conference is well underway. Such a good atmosphere in the room. All of our team are here. They are from day shift, night shift, marketing, sales, finance, operations, and we're all brainstorming at the moment. We're in a 10-minute deep dive session with flip chart and pens with all different people that they don't normally spend time with, from different shifts, different departments, different buildings, and we're looking at coming up with ideas collectively of what one change could we make as a company next year that would significantly leap us forward and better our business for our customers, for our suppliers, for our teams. And we're really spending that time, and then we're all going to stand up in different tables and present it to the room and see if we've got any synergies in the room and any great groundbreaking ideas. We can then take the flip charts away. As a management team, we can focus on getting them implemented this year to build for a better tomorrow. So really excited. The conference is well underway. Had some great conversations already this morning. We had a company quiz for a bit of fun. We've done some stretching. We've been discussing in 2024 in review, and then looking ahead now. We're about to go into 2025 and looking at the future vision and how we're going to achieve it as one team. So yeah, it's a good day. I love days like this. That's what we're doing. Hey.
I like 9 exactly. So, to be fair, she did mark it. So.
That was your winner.
What?
You got 9.
Oh, hang on.
You got 9 as well.
Christian's just announced that he's got 9 as well.
He's got 9 as well.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah. Right, stand up if you've got 9.
Am I the only one who did it right?
So this is going to be the tiebreaker. How many calls did we answer as a company last year? And there's no A, B or C. The closest answer wins. Write it down and cover it.
No A, B or C.
I actually don't know.
So say you answer 20 a day.
Get more technical.
5 days in a year. How many days a holiday?
Well done there. Everyone, you done? What you got?
60,000.
Everyone, what you got?
1 million.
That's like, yes.
How positive, eh?
17,500.
55,000.
Christian?
I've got 20,600.
Don't forget the little man at the back.
Yeah, you didn't think I got that far, did you?
He wants to see the ticket.
No, I do not want that to
What you got, eh?
I put 70,000.
Who's that? So the winner is Cristiano.
A quiz.
Half a day off.
Half a day off.
That doesn't mean now.
Because in terms of like
we sorted these bins. I had a meeting yesterday about the QC. I've got a meeting with Tim either today or tomorrow about automating all of the labels printing for the whip. The amount of time he loses. I went and done it. For every page of whip, you lose an hour and something.
Yeah.
You lose an hour and 10 minutes or something writing out the labels manually. So if he's got 4 pages of whip, that's 4 hours of label printing. So he's going to try and automate that, improving the dymo.
Who's automating that on the production system?
No, Ziggerflow.
Oh, okay.
Like, it should just be, I just said to him, Tim, there should just be a button that says print label, and it pulls out the PO number, the stock, the quantity, etc. on the allocation page. Right now, you go up there, he's got the dymo open on one screen and the allocation open on the other screen, and then he has to type in the PO number, new line. It takes so long. Long. It's a joke. So I'm just trying to sort that. And just try.
So when we did the latest stock take, how did that? How far out was it? Was it a long way out?
Allegedly, not bad. The only problem we've got is the allocation stuff still being allocated and not being thingied off. We found a couple which was what I spoke to Nath about yesterday, where delivery notes haven't been generated because it's been a customer collection or it's been a part shipment or something like that. So we've addressed that. The problem we have got though, there's some on there that are literally perfectly done.
Right.
And it's just not pulled the stock off of the allocation. Another big one that we found is, which I've already spoke to them about last year, they add something onto a job and allocate it, and then delete the item off the job while it's still allocated. We can't unallocate it.
Right,
and
so
it remains allocated.
It's things like if we can lock down not allowing people to delete things off jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, my plan is
like
to try and compile a big list of
list.
Here's what
we'd like to
do, so that. But I just want to make it so that everybody's job is.
So have you
automated.
Have you got typed up like in a frame or something the Q1 goals, the focus for this, so we can get? I can get your frame and get it up on. So because it'd be.
These were my
I really
objectives.
think every department should have it in front of them.
So
just because the day to day you're going to get caught up in.
What I worry about is we just got to be really on it with not allowing stuff that used to do really well, and we go, oh yeah, that always sells, but actually it's stopped, it's dying, it's stagnating.
Yeah.
And then we've got other new lines that are really proactive. So we said a quarterly review, which actually says, do you know what, this product is just not shifted for a whole year. Let's just end the line it.
And then
get
we can utilise the space and get something.
And
else.
I think you being in that meeting would be really beneficial. Once
I
a
could think
quarter
like
to actually go, well, hang on a minute. The numbers tell you this, but
yeah.
context, I'm seeing day to day that actually reality is this.
I think though, subconsciously we've been doing that anyway as well. So like me and Cody have been seeing what
I think it's just peace of mind though, isn't it?
It's definitely better having the data, isn't it?
Just have a process
and
be backed up by the numbers. I mean, you know from a gut instinct what you're moving day after day and what's just sitting there.
Yeah. I think that's the advantage of because I suppose it's coming up 6 months, isn't it really?
Yeah.
But it has got miles better. But yeah, utilising that, getting that data, and then transferring to what.
I think we're going to put the first one in for. Well, he's running an audit now for the last 6 month period.
Yeah.
And then he's going to. In 2 weeks, we'll sit down and review that, and if I can get you in there, that would be ideal. And then we'll do it quarterly thereafter,
and then decide.
And then we can start to go. Do you know what? This has just got to go. It's not cute.
Because like the other day when
we can't be emotionally attached to it. If it's not, no one wants it, because the world's changing. What people want's different.
Yeah, definitely. And not only that, budgets change, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they want to spend more, sometimes they want to spend less.
Yeah. So no, that's fine. But if there's is there anything else like that one you just showed me that you just want to cull?
Not really shifting very quick. Obviously, that one we're waiting on a jig. Those are power banks. You know, the white ones, which I think has been designed now, hasn't it? The one with the key ring.
Yeah. Are they on the way? Is that jig on the way? Do we know?
I don't think he's ordered it yet.
Right.
I don't think it's had the green light.
Right.
Then we've got the others. It's new lines like. Them Keswick tote bags, they're probably our biggest ones. We're getting some new great lines in, but we're not actually shifting it.
Well, I had a meeting this morning. I think the pricing that we've gone in at on those Keswicks is not in line with what people expect. So I said
too high.
Yeah, on the small runs it's too high. So I said this morning, level it out.
Yeah.
And see if it makes a change, but also do a bit of a in the all hands. I just think the team don't know enough about it. I think we've got maybe in the next, at the end of the month. I think we should put a slide in about that.
Yeah, maybe
at
when
the
we
all
get a
hands
new...
meeting, just to say, look, guys, we've got some great new lines. I don't think we've done a good enough job of shouting about what we've
Yeah, I
launched.
think sometimes as well, it's probably them leaning to where we outsource it.
Yeah.
Because it's a one they've always got used to doing,
familiarity,
but then
yeah.
not realising that actually we've got a similar line
Sitting
that we
on
now
the
do
shelf.
in-house.
Yeah, I agree.
And then these ones, but I don't know, these...
Yeah, I'm really surprised they've not done well, because I really thought they were going to fly.
But I'm not sure why they haven't, or whether it's just, again, lack of knowledge and we're not promoting it.
Yeah, I think we need to do a deck. If you get 5, if you could email me a list of all the ones that you think are not doing very well, and I'll bring that to the front of the attention and see if we can either do a bit of a... I'll go up and speak to the team myself.
To be honest,
I'm with the sales teams all day tomorrow.
Square highlighters we don't even sell that
But
much
again,
for.
that's an example of one week that we used to do
Fly out with
highlighters
it.
every day. We had square highlighters on, and now all of a sudden, those trends is what we want to look at, don't we?
Yeah, because then we've got to adapt to it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Quite sharpish.
Well, yeah, and run it down.
The other thing is the Sprout pencils hardly ever sell. Well, I'll tell you, the only one that really sells is the Basil. Other than that, we don't sell any. These we don't sell hardly any of.
Pencils, Sam. These are very nice. Sprout pencils. What happens is we laser engrave your logo onto the pencil, but it's not just a throwaway pencil once we've finished with it. Once you've run the pencil down, you don't want it anymore. You stick it in a little pot of soil or out in the garden, and it will grow into flowers. In this case, forget-me-nots, and it tells you we do different types of pencil with different seeds in them. In this one, it's got forget-me-not seeds. This one's got basil. This one's got daisies, so you can have some nice daisies in the garden, or on your desk in the office. Put daisies will grow in a little plant pot on your desk. So quite a cool little product that we think is quite nice, which I thought I'd share with you.
A lot of their defects are called prior to that, i.e. pricing issues, no artwork, it's difficult, isn't it? But I think tickets would be, but then not many tickets pass through that are human error from this building without being caught. The more so is when we catch them. But how do you? So when they catch them, how do we present the pricing
processing log.
Yeah, but it's not so much price.
But it's the on hold every time something goes on hold. So there'll be examples that they can probably fill out without creating too much work, and then say, look, this job had to go on hold yesterday because it didn't have a delivery.
Well, I can check that. Yeah.
And I think those repetition every day of just a cut, it'll just be, he's going to mention that tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have a look at that then.
I think that's definitely worth, and I think that all comes in is just a time investment in weekly training across the board, isn't it? Like you said earlier.
Yep. Yeah, which
it's the little ones, but then also the bigger ones. Which we used to do really well at when we did the weekly off-site sales meeting, and every week there was a learning section. Begs the question whether that should come back.
Yes and no, because the problem is your
it's time.
Yeah. We used to have an hour. We used to do an 8 till 9. If you take an hour away, they're all working from 8 till 9 anyway. You take an hour away, half an hour is already impactful. And we look at KPIs. We never really looked at KPIs that time. And if you're going to do a training session 30 minutes, usually depending on what it is, it's probably not enough. So really, we need to be doing proper sessions on training.
Which, maybe more personalised as well.
Yeah, exactly, and maybe a monthly session. So it's half a day proper training rather than just a quick whistle-stop tour of notebooks or whatever it is. So that's something we need to look at, but we can start doing that. I'll continue the consultant ones because they're working really well.
The morning they are. You can see that in the conversion rate changes since you launched
and
those.
Even motivation levels and whatever. It's and it's more of a sense of belonging because they can see where we're sat as a team rather than just individually. And so that's good. We'll continue those.
We are back on the self vlog. Sam is back at base, and I am on the road. I am at the train station. I'm heading into London for a couple of meetings, and then I have got a dinner this evening, and then I'm up tomorrow. I've got an early start, and then we are heading to Coventry in the afternoon tomorrow, because I have got, it's our annual industry awards evening and shindig, a lot of the team are up there across 2 days at the actual exhibitions. There's like a product exhibition in the day, and then in the evening there's a bit of an awards do and a bit of a networking event. I can't really get the hang of holding this camera today because it's been so long since I've done a bit of a self-vlog. So yeah, just thought I'd update you with what's going on. Busy couple of days, lots of travelling, got my laptop, backpack, all my stuff. So hoping to try and get a good few hours work done on the train down to London this afternoon, and then again tomorrow when I'm off to Coventry. Try and be quite productive, headphones on, and that's what we're up to. So yeah, gonna get down there tonight, get checked into the hotel, get the meetings done, get the dinner done, and then see what tomorrow's got in store for us. Busy, busy, busy. Good morning from London. So, good afternoon and evening yesterday. Had some good meetings and then had a really nice evening. I was actually invited by James Sinclair, and if you haven't checked his YouTube out, incredible entrepreneur. I'm sure many of you already watch his videos, but I would strongly urge you to go and check out his channel. Huge group of businesses doing in multiple different industries and sectors. Really exciting. And yeah, we did an exhibition at one of James's conferences, and as a bit of a thank you for that, sponsoring that and being a part of it, he invited me along with some of the others along to a nice dinner in Covent Garden here in London. So I had a really nice evening last night, really lovely meal, and with some great company. It's just nice to get out and chat to some like-minded people, more than anything. So yeah, really enjoyed that, and finished up the evening, headed back to the hotel. Feel a little bit tired, but I got up this morning, got in the gym, didn't sort of give in despite being away from home and away from the routine. Got that done, got an hour done, and now I'm heading out again towards Leicester Square for a couple of meetings, and then I'm heading to Euston to get on the train to head up to Coventry to see some of the team up there for our industry shindig and all of that this evening. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty jam-packed day. I likely won't get to film much of it because I am on my own and I need to focus on the meetings that I'm supposed to be taking part in and not so much taking videos of it. But I will see you when I see you, and message for this is really force yourself to get out and spend time with people, like-minded people, great people. Some of these networking dudes you go to, you think, why am I even in this room? But when you get in the right one and you get a bit more fussy about where you spend your time, you can really connect with some amazing people. It's not about going in there trying to look for business. It's about getting to know people that you can pick up the phone to when you're in a bind, when you're in a tough spot, and just have a bit of a shoulder to cry on sometimes. But somebody who gets it and you can genuinely talk to, because we all know that there's a lot of times there's things that just nobody in the family, nobody even within your own business sometimes can relate to. And it's nice to have people you can lean on that share similar values to you, share similar mindset, and get where you're coming from on certain situations and give you a viewpoint that you can digest. That's really what I like, building friendships and connections, because it can be a bloody lonely old place doing this. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and we are heading now to Leicester Square. See you when I see you. Just back in the office after a few days on the road. The back end of that trip didn't manage to film much, it was a bit jam-packed, but we're back. Got back yesterday and we are now back in the game this morning. So I'm reviewing, whilst I've been away, my assistant Kelly has put together all of the notes that she's compiled from all of the big A3 flip chart pieces of paper of all of the feedback, because obviously when we did the conference we did certain themed brain dumping sessions with the teams on different tables, where every table was asked questions such as what are we good at, what could we do better at, what's not going so well, what can we do more of next year to improve, less of, what do we need to do less of, what do we need to do differently. And all those notes were in tons of bits of paper and sticky notes from everybody that collated. Each table shared during the conference their highlights, but I didn't get to hear everything, and obviously when you're in the moment and you're hosting that, you don't quite take it all in. So what Kelly's done is she's typed all the notes up for me and put it into a bit of a deck that I can now go through and digest properly, but also create a bit of an actionable list that comes off the back of that, of all the things that, yeah, great, we're doing that well, it will spur things, but more importantly what I'm interested in is what we're not doing well, what people think need to change, what we need to do differently. And as I said, this is people that are working in our day shift and night teams from across the business, both machine operators, the warehouse team, the sales team, marketing, admin, everyone, finance. And so there's going to be some gold gems in here, I'm sure. And this is going to give me a really good, strong, actionable list. So I'm sitting here digesting that and then going to hopefully start putting the bits that are coming out of this into agendas for when I'm working with the senior team to go, this came up, what do you think? Can we implement it? And then hopefully the senior team, along with myself, can actually start pushing this. So I want our team to see that we do take suggestions on board seriously. Sometimes there will be suggestions that for a lot of reasons that certain people in certain departments haven't got the visibility across the business and the optics to know why it may not be possible, or at least might not be possible straight away. But I want to make sure people understand that actually we do want to take things on board and we do cherish the feedback and we want to take action on it. So I'm trying to, although it's been a busy start to the year, I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting my head into this as quickly as possible and striking while the iron's hot after the all hands conference, ready to deliver to the team and start people starting to see positive change, so that we build confidence in that if you do put your neck out and say, I really think this should change, that should be done differently, it's not just brushed under the carpet. We take it on board and we action it. So yeah, I'm going through that. Lots is going on. I'm trying to get stricter with my new routine around theming my days. It's tough at times because people that work with me, both external partners and the like, they don't really understand that I'm trying to theme those days. So they'll be saying to Kelly like, oh, I can't do Friday, can we do Thursday? Technically I'm trying to say to Kelly, no, because although it seems like we're being a bit overkill, if I start letting certain meetings slip into days where they're not really themed for, I'm starting on the back foot already with trying to keep my mind centered around a certain team, department or project. So we'll see how we go. I'm doing quite well so far, a couple of weeks in. But yeah, so I'm going to get my head into these suggestions, and you might see over the coming weeks on the vlog some of the consequences of this feedback. That's what I'm doing. So, wrapping up another week, and it's been good. Lots achieved, fair bit of travelling, but it's been productive and I had some really good conversations. So we are feeling good. One thing I thought I would show you that I think is a genius idea from Kelly, who is hiding because she doesn't like the camera, but one day she'll join us on camera. But Kel has put this on the wall, which I think is a great idea because I'm normally quite digital, as is Kelly, but she's come up with this thing to do a wall planner for the year because I'm not very good at looking ahead enough for my personal stuff that's going on in my life and the key dates, trips, things we need to do. So normally what happens is I say to Kel 3 days before, oh, we need to organise a hotel for this, we need to sort travel out for that. And as she rightly says, we end up paying more for it and we're in a scramble and it becomes all quite stressful. What she's doing this year is all the key dates, we're early on at the moment, but we're starting to plot in key dates where we've got trips, where we need to organise things, where I'm going to be away and we need to accommodate for that. And I think that it's all well and good people using their Outlook diaries, which is what I've tried to use in the past. But obviously for most people, as you know, your default view on your Outlook diary is like the week to view, or at least it is for me. And so I take, on a Friday, I might flick ahead to the following week with Kel and we'll look ahead of what's going on. But things can quickly, 2 weeks' time, creep up on you. By having this in our face week in, week out, you start to have a little look at, oh, that big lumpy trip away is coming up pretty soon. We need to accommodate for that, so on and so forth. So digital is good, but I do think sometimes going old school can be quite good because it's that daily refresh and remind in your face, especially when you're working with 2 or 3 of you in a team and you need to be really good at looking ahead and communicating. So a little tip that probably cost about £5 on Amazon could just be very good for your little office and for your personal life as well, especially if, like me, you usually neglect your personal life, your holidays, your trips and key dates like your partner's anniversary till the very last minute because you're normally so focused on the business. So big thanks to Kel, and we will soon get her on the vlog, I'm sure. Until next week, goodbye.